What I love about the show is that every day is not the same. You go into the house, from what I watch on TV, you go into the house and things are looking one way, and then a couple of hours later or a couple of days later, everything is completely flipped upside down.
But what if the biggest thing blocking her blessings isn't the men she chooses? It's the family she's tied to. Because allegedly her own sister Trina said, "With all your drama, you ain't keeping no man." And baby, that's not just shady. That's ice cold. But let's not act brand new. This sister tension didn't start yesterday. This runs deep. Generations deep. Pettiness deep. Now Tamar's been glowing lately, posting about self-love, celibacy, energy cleansing.
Our household became very hard. And it was hard because I wasn't happy at my job. And I hadn't been happy for years.
Wearing a manifestation ring like she was about to dial her soulmate straight from heaven. And honestly, we were rooting for her. Because who doesn't want a little black girl magic with a side of healthy romance? But while Tamar's been on her healing journey, the streets been talking, and the whispers, they all lead back to Tamar Braxton. Apparently, Trina's been telling folks that Tamar's mouth, her attitude, her constant drama.
I was lying about how amazing I was doing, and I allowed the makeup and the hair to cover up everything that I was feeling, because that's just what you're used to do when you're a working mother or you just have to get things done. You cover up.
That's why she can't keep a man. Phew, not your own blood throwing that kind of shade. That's not a side eye. That's a full eclipse. But if you've been following the Braxtons, you already know this ain't the first time these two clashed. Let's take it back to that infamous birthday trip. Tamar was celebrating. The vibe was good. Spirits were high. And then out of nowhere, Trina's man Vaughn drops down and proposes.
Okay, we used to make our own videos, we used to make our own, television shows.
Right.
We used to do it all up, and we only had each other to play with because we are all girls. So my dad, being a minister, he did not allow us to go to a bunch of people's houses and all the kind of stuff. They did not play that, especially with a bunch of girls.
Tamar was not having it. She felt like her birthday got hijacked. Is it my birthday or your engagement party? Now, technically, the proposal wasn't on her actual birthday, but still, the salt was sprinkled, the wound was open, and that moment cracked something that never fully healed. Fast forward a bit.
And we tend to have parents or friends or other families say, you know what, don't do about that dream right now. Don't worry about that dream. You need to do this right here. Then you miss your blessings.
Right. Trina posts a cute Lael pic with Tawanda and Tony, captioned it, "The Get Along Gang." No Tamar in sight. The shade? Heavy. But none of that comes close to what happened next. Tamar brought her niece Ashley onto their reality show. Not for drama, not for ratings, but to share something real. Ashley spoke out about Trina's ex-husband, Gabe. Said he was inappropriate with her when she was younger.
I'm finally starting to do my dream. And if I crash and burn, if it fails, if it's not become where I want it to become, right. I did it for myself.
Right. Said he crossed serious boundaries. And at first, Tamar says Trina was supportive. But over time, that support turned into silence. Ashley said Trina started blaming her, treating her like the problem instead of the victim. And when producers wanted Trina to address it on camera, she refused, told them, "It's not my story to tell." Except it was. And allegedly, that's when Trina dropped a real dagger. Told Tamar she'd never find a man. Let that sink in.
How you gonna go to the top? How you gonna win this competition? Because you can go inside of the game thinking you're gonna be, laying low, I'm gonna be cool, but then find yourself in the midst of all the drama or causing the drama.
Your sister brings your child forward to speak her truth. And instead of support, You shut her down and throw shade? That's not sisterhood. That's sabotage. And here's where it gets even messier. Because the internet had receipts. A commenter claimed Gabe was DMing their 17-year-old trans cousin. Said he tried to fly them out. Offered a hotel room. Even said they recorded the messages. And when they tried to warn Trina, she blocked them.
I have my moments, but I think I'm the peacekeeper, if you want to know the truth.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
Well, because I don't like confrontation. I don't like a lot of mess going on in my life. Mm-hmm. I just like to keep it cool, keep it copacetic. Eat, drink, and be merry, man.
Now, we're not saying it's all true, but the allegations had people fuming. They said Trina knew what kind of man Gabe was and stayed anyway. Meanwhile, Tamar was the only one showing up for Ashley, telling the world, I just want her to know someone's here for her. And Trina, silent. That silence, it screamed, all while Tamar's love life was doing loops like a Six Flags coaster. Let's break it down. First, Daryl Alami, married in 2001, divorced by 2003. Then Vince Herbert, music executive, baby daddy, from reality show royalty to public meltdown. They divorced in 2017. Her mama Evelyn even said it plain, a knight in shining armor? Baby, more like a horse of another color. Then came David Adefeso. At first looked like Prince Charming, but then Tamar tried to take her own life. David filed for a restraining order, accused her of abuse. Tamar said he cheated. It was messy on all sides. Then we got Jeremy Robinson, JR. Tamar accused him of cheating after her card got charged at the Four Seasons. When she checked, it was him and a woman she called Miss J. Tamar exposed it all on Instagram. Even dropped the girl's IG handle. Full blast. JR clapped back. Said they were already broken up. Called Tamar delusional. Told her to take her meds. Said they were just friends now. And just like that, another chapter closed. So now, Tamar says she's been celibate for a year. She's healing. She's clearing space for love again, trying to rise above the mess. But when your own sister is allegedly out here telling people you're too messy for love, whoo, that's not just a red flag. That's a parade. Because if Trina really said that, that's not just judgment. That's betrayal. So now we ask, is Tamar really the problem? Or is she just trying to bloom in a garden full of weeds? Does she have bad luck with men? Or bad luck with the people around her? Let me know what you think in the comments. And if this story had you clutching your pearls, wait till you hear what Toni Braxton's been carrying for years. Tap that next video because the Braxton family drama, it goes way deeper than you think.